What's going on YouTube? 65 Rider here, coming back to you with another demo day at Palm Beach Harley Davidson. Today we're riding the all new, all revived Harley Davidson Breakout with the 117 cubic inch engine, same engine that goes in the Road Glide ST and Street Glide ST, as well as the Lowrider ST. Got a couple of updates for 2023, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them on the ride. So let's roll the intro and then get going. First ride ever on the Harley Davidson Breakout. Just trying to get myself familiarized with the controls here. I mean, it seems like pretty normal Harley Davidson controls, except for you got the drag bar here, which is a little uncomfortable for me, to be honest. It might be better if it was like up here. All right, let's get this ride going. Oh my god, this feels so weird. These bars are so low. Alright, so it'll take me like a minute or two to get used to this thing, but so far it feels good. It feels very smooth, man. Like that clutch. Oh yeah. That clutch feels pretty amazing. It feels pretty quick too. If you're not familiar with the Breakout, it is one of the coolest looking Harley Davidsons. I must tell you that for sure. So to tell you a little bit of a story about the Breakout, it was initially released back in 2012. So it sits on the Softail frame, but it somehow feels a little more stretched. You know, it's got the factory forward controls on it. It feels good to ride. Basically, you got your normal Harley Davidson controls. You got the on and off switch. You got the starter right here. You have your hazards, right signal, left signal, horn. This circles through the menu over here in the digital gauge, kind of like the Street Bob on my bike. And then the headlights. And then for 2023, you actually get it standard with cruise control. And a lot of people have been dying to get a cruise control part, and it's been out of stock for a while. I want to talk a little bit about ergonomics. The bike comes standard with forward controls, as you can see over here. As you can see, it's a little stretched out. It's got the 21-inch front wheel. It's got a 240 wheel in the back. It's got a small riser over here. I want to say about 4 inches maybe, and then some drag bars. I have a 34-inch inseam, and I sit kind of comfortable on this bike. This bike is quick. I'm sitting pretty comfortable on it. I just wish the bars were up here, to be honest. These drag bars are way too low for me. Obviously, with no fairing on the bike, get a lot of wind hitting you right in the chest, in the face, and the helmet. So that's a little bit of an issue there. But I can tell you, I mean, it feels great. Let's go back and talk about history a little bit. So like we mentioned earlier, the Breakout model, which sits on the Softail frame, was initially released back in 2012. It initially came out with the 103, and it stayed with the 103, I think, all the way up until maybe the 2017 model, then switched over to a 114, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a 107, but I'll add that ride information up here. So in 2019, 2019 was the last model Breakout to be distributed to the Americas. because it was actually discontinued here in the US in 2019 model. That was the last model that came out. And then for 2023 they brought it back, basically, with some updated features. Some of the reasons it was discontinued here in the US is because, unlike the European market, the Asian market, we have really big roads here, and people were demanding more power of this bike, and so people were not happy with the way it was stock. Sorry, we're gonna hit it. This bike is quick. I mean, look at this. I'm going 75 miles an hour, but honestly, even with all the wind, it's not that bad. Could be worse, you know? So anyway, the people demanded more power, more features for such a bike. When they ended up bringing it back, they brought it back with a bigger front wheel. They had the 21-inch front wheel to give that chopper style. They gave it a bigger motor with the 117 cubic inch, and they also gave it a bigger fuel tank with the 5.3 gallon as opposed to 3.2 gallon that they initially had on it. So it sounds like they listened to the people when they surveyed them, and they brought what the people actually wanted. I can tell you, this is my first time actually on a Breakout, and I am really enjoying myself. The power delivery is pretty amazing on this bike. Do I feel a little cramped up? Not really. Even though I feel like these forward controls are not as far forward as my forward controls on the Street Bob. I hate being so close to the ground though on this bike. But damn, this is a quick bike. But me being 6'5", you know, I'd rather something a little bit higher, and I'd rather higher handlebars for sure. MSRP on this bike is $20,999. And then you get it in several colors, which I'm going to list over here on the screen. Overall, I like it. It feels pretty good. It feels nimble. Feels nimble for a stretch bike, if that makes sense. Like, it feels, you can throw it around kind of, but I don't know. I don't love the drag bars over here. It's funny, I guess because it's Sunday, they took the shorter route today, so it'll be a shorter review. Over here we got another moto vlogger, OMG Moto. You can see it on his helmet. I just met him today. Very nice guy. Said he was out from Tennessee, I believe. Things I don't like about the bike. Yeah, it's not bad, dude. It's not bad. It's got a lot of power with this 117, but it's not bad. So one thing they didn't update was the front forks or the brakes. It's still a single disc brake, unfortunately, compared to, you know, some of the higher end models with the dual disc brakes. So I'm not sure why they did that. Probably to be able to save a little bit on the price. I personally would have preferred with the dual disc brake. Brakes don't feel that bad. It comes with LEDs at the front too. Just wanted to mention that. They didn't put any inverted forks on this, so that's another issue. You know, you feel all the bumps when you're riding. But again, it's a good around city, kind of jumping on the highway a little bit type of bike. Well, anyway, I hope this review was good for you guys. Gave you a little bit of insight, a little bit of information about this new Harley Davidson model. And yeah, if you've enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more rides and reviews. All right, y'all, I'll see y'all on the next ride. Peace.